Alright, hello everybody. Y'all know who I am. And here's Miss Piggy. We are at the Texas Forestry Museum here in Lufkin, Texas. And I wanted to show you guys the railroad area of the museum. Now, obviously, for those who don't know, I am from Lufkin, so I am familiar with this place because I used to come by every couple weekends to come check it out. And this place really is special for me. Obviously, being a hobo and a train rider and a railroad historian, there's a lot of railroad history here that a lot of people don't know about. And a lot of, well, I'll just put it this way. I think I'll probably be the only person, I don't know if I did a video of this or not yet. I don't remember if I ever did a video of this place. But I want to show you guys anyways. Piggy, come here. So first off, right here we have the old fire tower. I think this might be Lufkin's or one of the Angelina counties. If I remember correctly, there was at least 5 here in the county. There was one in Lufkin, one in the central Clawson area or Pollock. There was one, I want to say, in the Huntington and the Savala area, and then there was another one, I want to say, north of the county somewhere. I can't remember exactly. But you would walk all the way up here, you go all the way up, and then as a firefighter, or fire watcher, I should say, you would be living up there in that tower, and you would go over and, if you saw smoke, you would relay the information to whoever needed the information to get the firefighters out. Actually, here's something right here. Increased concern about losses from the forest fire prompted the first manned fire lookout towers in the early 1930s. The CCC, Civilian Conservation Corps, built many of these. Earlier versions, called pole cabs or tree cabs, were constructed in tall trees. Aircraft replaced the towers in the 1970s. Now, most detection is by satellite. Now, they said most. The thing is, there's actually, especially in the western United States, and I think in the northeastern United States, there actually is some of these old fire towers here that are actually still in use by fire departments and the forestry people and such. Piggy, come on. Come on, Piggy. Another thing I wanted to show you guys is this depot here. If you read the side right here, it says Camden. This is Camden, Texas Railroad Depot. This was one of the 2 depots used by the Moscow-Camden-San Augustine Railroad, which is the Class 3 rail company between Moscow and Camden, but it never went to San Augustine. This depot was used up until the mid-70s as a passenger station. 1973 was the last time Moscow-Camden actually ran a passenger train between Moscow and Camden because of the fact... Piggy, come here. Come here. Come on. Because of the fact that, oh, it's locked. That sucks. Let's see if we can get a good look in there. Anyways, because of the fact that they felt like the engine they were using at the time was not good enough to be going back and forth between Moscow and Camden, which was at the time was an old steam locomotive. And why they just didn't switch to using their diesel locomotive, because they had 3 at the time, is beyond me, but it's whatever. Either way, they moved this. It was moved off to a lake. I can't remember which one, in the 80s and 90s, and then the museum bought it and moved it over here. So this is the only remaining station of the Moscow-Camden-San Augustine Railroad that's still standing. Moscow Station, which was owned by Southern Pacific, got torn down, I want to say in the early 2000s, if I remember correctly. Maybe mid-2000s. Come here, Piggy. This truck right here, from what I remember, is an old logging truck from the 1930s. Piggy, come here. Stay with me, Mama. Looks like somebody left the door partially open. See, this is what I want to drive right here, but I gotta learn how to do a stick shift. Shouldn't be that hard. Come on, let's go. Alright, so I know you guys want to see the train. We'll start up over here at the very front of it. Now, This is engine number 3 of the W.T. Carter and brother company. If I remember correctly, they were an old logging railroad or whatever. They would take logs from the camps and would actually bring it back to where it needs to go. Trying to see, there's supposed to be right here, there's supposed to be a thing to pull for the whistle, but I guess it broke. Here or there, somebody got tired of hearing it. But this is one of the only remaining coal trains here in the county. There's another one in Diboll I'll show in a later video. I'll probably go by there tomorrow. You can actually, right here, you can see the rest of the inside. That's all original, by the way. This is all original stuff that was with the depot. This is a logging train, so right here you have a machine that's on its own rails, of all things. And if you had logs like this one over here that needed to be picked up and moved, then this crane right here would do that. Don't wander off, Piggy. Piggy mama, I love you. Here we have an older version of logging cars. Now these days, if I remember correctly, they usually have poles that go up all the way at the top, so more logs don't fall off. And then over here, this is one of my favorite cars. This is one of the last 3 remaining Angelina and Neches River Railroad cabooses left here in Lufkin. They have another one that they use for themselves and a second one they use for storage, and then they donated this one sometime after they got this railroad exhibit up. Come here, Piggy. Come on, let's go inside. You want to see it, mama? Come on, come on, baby, come on, there you go, baby girl. Yep. Come on. It's just basically a standard caboose. But if you've never been inside of it, the caboose, which is where most of the workers were, was used basically as a living home, a workplace for the employees, and whatever else they needed. It could be holding equipment and stuff like that. And the brakeman, if I remember correctly, but I could be wrong, so don't judge me, would usually be sitting up here on either side, and he'd be watching out the windows to see when he needs to be, or not the brakeman, the guy who does the switching for the tracks at the time. If you ever see the movie Emperor of the North with I can't remember their names, but it was an old hobo movie from 1973, I think. There's a scene at the end of the movie where A#1 and Shaq are fighting, and if you've seen right before the train was gonna stop, Lee Marvin, the guy, yeah, that's who it was, Lee Marvin, who plays A#1. If I remember correctly, it was either him or Cigarette, this guy who was following him around, who got the train to stop. And the employee that was sitting up here, I guess he wasn't expecting it, because he went face first into the glass, and it actually killed him. Well, in the movie, it didn't actually kill him in real life, but it killed him because I think they said it snapped his neck. So, yeah, it was kind of dangerous to be up here, especially if you weren't expecting the train to stop. But you can see right over here, you can see the whole train. The trains weren't really that long back then, so you weren't really going to have a bad view. You actually had a really good view, and you can see here's the pipe for the stove. There's a stove down here, which I'll start heading down now. Oh, crap. I don't fall. I was going to show the inside of the actual museum, but they're closed up for renovations at the moment, so I didn't get to go in. see, what is the storage? Yeah, so here's storage areas, and then here's your sink right here. And then let's see, wasn't this the restroom right here? Yeah, so there's the restroom right here. I think you had another one too, right here. Let's see. Come on, open up. There you go. Nope, storage, more storage. So really, outside the museum aspect of it, this is someplace I really, really would love to live in. Like, I could see myself actually being able to live more sustainably in here if I can at least, like, if I can get a 1/4 acre plot of land and just sit this on it, I'd be home. I would keep the stove. I'd keep everything original. But anyways, we got one more thing to show at least before I go. There's my, I don't know if you can see it, there's my new truck right there. Come on, Piggy. Come on, Piggy. Come on. It's gonna hit your butt. Come this way. Hey. Come here. Let's go. Come on, Mama. It's okay. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, Mama. Anyways, right here, this is extremely rare. You'll never see this really anywhere else as far as I'm aware. This is the railroad call booth. And you can see right here, it says this call booth housed a telephone on the Angelina and Neches River Railroad. Actually, I know where this used to sit. I seen it. If the train was delayed or stuck, the crew called the operator on the main depot, at the main depot for help. And if y'all saw my video where I showed the depots of Lufkin, you know which depot I'm talking about. But that's where the phone would have been right here. And it looks like they took most of it out. This is really cool. I wouldn't mind having this. Like, if I had this over on a lot and then just had this next to it, I would make that into a phone booth again. Alright, so anyways, that's the railroad area of the museum. I hope you guys like this video, especially for those who don't get to come out here. Miss Piggy looks like she needs help getting down, so I gotta go and get her down. You ready to go home, Mama? Let's go home.